What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you 3 hairstyles slash 3 updos that I do for summer when it's really hot outside and I just can't stand to have the hair down because I have lots of it. It's hot outside, my hair's frizzy, New York is humid. This is a bad combination. It's just a recipe for fluffiness.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
Anyways, I have 3 hairstyles. This is one of them. This is the last one I'll do today. This is the newest addition. This is my little model updo. I just threw this together really quickly and I just look fabulous kind of hairstyle. You buying it? Before we get into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nats and I want my channels to be a space where you take an as realistic and true but also fun approach to beauty. So if that sounds like something that you could vibe with, I suggest you subscribe. And that's all I wanted to say. Now, let's get into the tutorials. These are the things that you will need for your hairstyles. First of all, hair ties. I keep a couple of them around because I use in between 1 to 3 for each hairstyle. Then you need hair wax. This is the Precious Wax by Away. I'll link it down below, but whichever wax you have at home will work perfectly fine. For hairspray, I have the Salon Graphics Mega Hold because my hair is very stubborn, very stubborn. So this holds it all down. As I said, with the wax, you can use whichever one you have, but I can really recommend this one. It really just keeps the baby hairs in place all day. For your brush, I recommend something with really thick bristles like this one. I bought this one at Walgreens for like $2, but a regular round brush will do as well. Anything that just has bristles like this will do the job. Then something to keep your part straight and clean and sharp. I use a regular comb. Some people just use their fingernail, which works fine too. I'm a nail biter, so I cannot do that, but you get the point. My hair is newly washed here and newly straightened, meaning it's a little bit more difficult to keep it up in a sleek, tight bun. If it was dirty, I bet you know, when your hair is dirty, it's a lot easier to do updos. So basically, we're just gonna use hella lot of wax and hairspray. Before I do anything else, I always make sure that my part is perfectly straight because I am just a painful perfectionist, and if it's not perfectly straight, it just annoys me throughout the day. So it's just a hot tip. If you want perfect result, make sure your part is perfect. The first style we're going to do is probably the one that I wear most in my videos. It's the middle part and then low ponytail. So I'm going to start off with wax. I'm grabbing quite a lot of this. A hot tip is to really massage this in between the palm of your hands. Make sure it's melted because you don't want those little lumps of wax stuck in your hair, trust me. I'm just making sure that I'm really pressing this down into my hair. If you're like me and you have a lot of hair, sometimes it's difficult to get a very flat look because there's just a lot of hair piled up on your head. If your hair is on the thinner side, don't use as much product, don't press as much, and try to backcomb the uppermost layers of your hair closest to your part to get some extra volume. Whatever is left on my hands, I just run through the sides of my head like this because sometimes that hair gets fluffy too, so just a little extra step to make sure that everything's sleek. Now I'm just grabbing the brush to brush the hair closest to the part to keep all the small baby hairs down throughout the day. And now I'm just pulling my hair backwards, preparing it for the ponytail. This piece of hair that is closest to my face, I like to comb downwards towards the ear and not so much backwards because I just find that when I comb it downwards like this, it makes it more visible from the front and it makes it look like I have more hair from the front. So I don't know, I just like to do that little trick. Finally, ponytail time. So I just take all my hair into my hands and I like to keep my ponytail very low. As you can see, it's at the very end of the back of my head. Once again, grab the comb and go through the back of my head, making sure that everything is sleek. Honestly, you can't do this too many times when it comes to this hairstyle because the more accurate you are now before putting it up, the longer it will last you throughout the day. So just make sure that you're very precise like I am. I'm just fine-tuning here, making sure that, all the sections are laying in the direction that I like and that no baby hairs are sticking up, etc. I like the look of this, so I'm gonna go in with my hair tie now, and I like hair ties that are very elastic. As you can see, this one goes around my hair 4 times, which is quite a lot, and that's gonna make it stick. It's gonna be sturdier, and it's gonna last longer, and it's gonna be sleek and tight longer. This next trick that I do is to add some volume to the back of my head. So I just go in, and as you can see, I'm just pulling it upwards a little bit and adjusting the hair tie so that it stays up, the hair in the back. Not only does this give me some extra volume, but what I like about it is the fact that I have a very long face, a very long head, and this gives it some width. So it kind of balances out my very long face. So lastly, let's do some hairspray. This is gonna keep all the baby hairs down for the rest of the day, and it's also gonna add some shine to the hair, making it look extra healthy and nice. And just a little bit of a last comb, just to do the final placement and make sure that the hair lays down in the way that I want it to. This is the favorite 1 out of 3 for me because it always turns out well. It's not like an unpredictable bun where you don't know how the bun is going to turn out, so you have to redo it 150 times. This one always turns out good, and it goes with any of my outfits, if you ask me. Next up is the high sleek ponytail. I'll talk a little bit about why I place it at the height I place it, and also how I style the little baby hairs at the front. So let's go. I always start out with the comb. I'm combing everything backwards, and I'm also dragging my hand through my hair to make sure that every piece of hair is combed backwards. Also, I already have wax in my hair from my previous hairstyle, but if you don't, this is where you want to put in your wax and then comb through your hair with a comb. Now going in with the brush, and this is mainly because when I have this wax in my hair and I go in with the comb, that kind of separates my hair in little strands. This brush makes sure that everything just is smooth and blends in together. I will actually go in with just a little bit more wax because the hairstyle that I had before didn't really cover all the hair that is visible now. So now I am just covering it all. You want to just basically grab all your hair in your hands at the back of your head and place the ponytail where you want it. As I said before, I have a very long face, meaning that I don't want my ponytail to be visible from the front, because when my ponytail is visible from the front, it elongates my face. But if you have more of a square face, or if you have a rounder face, maybe you want to just put that ponytail a little bit further up so it's visible from the front, because that will really elongate your face. Except for this placement of the ponytail, you know, being flattering for my face shape, I also like it more for the profile. When it's in the middle of my head, there's a sense of balance for me. I just like the symmetrical, balanced look of it being placed on the middle of my head, basically. Now I'm just going back and forth in between the comb and the brush. I use a comb to smoothen out if there's any lumps or bumps across the hair. And I use a brush to, as you can see, just smooth it all out. Here's me being a little bit annoyed with the fact that I have a big hole or dent in the middle of my hairline. Without any hair in it. And I know some people like to color these in with eyeshadow. I'm not gonna do that for 2 reasons. I don't want to add another to-do with these hairstyles. And the second one is I kind of like an uneven, not too straight hairline because it makes it look more natural, and I just prefer that look. But if you want to, you can go in and fill it in with some eyeshadow that matches your hair color. Preferably more of a brown if you have dark hair. Don't go in with black. All right, I'm finished combing and brushing, and I'm happy with the placement. So I'm just going in with my hair tie and once again doing about 4 rounds around my hair. To set it all, let's go in with some hairspray. Once again, I'm quite generous with this one, as you can see. And then for the last taming of the baby hairs, just smoothing it out with a brush. For the baby hairs in the front, I'm going to grab a little bit of wax. I do this because these don't tend to stay back because they grow downwards, and so when I try to pull them back with the rest of the hair throughout the day, they just start sticking out. So it's a lot better to just try to pull them downwards the way that they grow and kind of glue them on your forehead. It's a better, more long-lasting result. And here it is, the high ponytail. So for our last updo of the day, let's do what we like to call the model bun. We've seen this on Bella Hadid, we've seen it on Kendall Jenner, everybody and their mama on YouTube are doing it. I tried it a couple of weeks ago and I loved it. It's actually kind of easy to do. So let's get into it. First of all, let's bring back our middle part. So I'm just using the comb to trace it out. Then I'm just using the comb to comb my hair backwards in the direction I'd like for it to lay down once it's in the bun. And this next trick that I'm going to do is something I learned on Maddie Bernard's channel. She basically puts the hair up, but she kind of puts it up in a messy ponytail. Then you go ahead and grab some wax and you start applying the wax to your hair in the direction that it's going to lay once it's in the bun. Make sure to cover all of the hair with wax, especially the parts on the side close to your ear, because, well, at least for me, this is where I have a lot of baby hair, and this is the hair that tends to want to fall down throughout the day. Now that you molded your hair into it laying in the way that you want to, you can take the hair tie out and start, once again, like we did before, we start with the comb to smoothen over any bumps or any, unevenness we got going on in the hair. And once you've done that, you go in with the brush and you smooth it over to get that very sleek, silky, nice, smooth look. Time to go in with the hair tie. I'm once again wrapping this around my hair as many times as I can for it to be as steady as possible throughout the day. Then I'm taking the ponytail, and as you can see, I'm twisting the entire ponytail, and then I'm going to start wrapping it around itself so that it becomes this little perfect bun. And then for the special part of the model bun, this wouldn't be a model bun if we didn't leave a couple of inches of our hair at the end to kind of stick out. This is what makes it special. So once I left that little piece of hair, I'm going in with my second hair tie over the bun and just kind of spreading it out a little bit, fixing the bun. So as you can see, I have this annoying bump in the back, so I just go in with a bobby pin because I can't be bothered to redo it. Also, bobby pins are cute, so I don't mind having them at the back of my head. I like a little bit of a bigger bun, so here I'm just going in and loosening it up a bit and making it more even. And of course some hairspray to finish it all up, and then we're gonna grab our brush to smooth it all down. This brush is amazing. I don't know how I did it before I had this brush, but if you need one thing except for, the hair ties, I would say it's the brush. Of course, wax and hairspray is good too, but this really smooths the hair down. Yay, we have successfully completed the model bun. I just quickly want to say something about how high I placed it. I did place this higher than I do with the high ponytail. Because it is a bun, it also gives me some width, So I don't actually mind having it a bit higher up because it does give me a little bit of width to my face and my head. All right, that was it for my 3 updos for summer. So if you liked it, you know what to do. And let me know if there's any other hairstyles you want me to do, because I don't do hair tutorials too often because I'm, to be honest, not really that good at hair. But if you want me to do any hairstyle, do let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.